machines rose from the ashes of the nuclear fire. Their war to exterminate mankind had raged for decades, but the final battle would not be fought in the future. It would be fought here in our present, tonight. Greetings everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Deepak Crew Let's Plays. I'm your host DB, and I'm going solo this time round with a game I remember quite a bit from the days of the Genesis/Mega Drive era, the Terminator. Based on the ever-popular 1984 movie directed by James Cameron, and one of those movies to make Arnold Schwarzenegger the recognizable star that he is. So without further ado, let's get this started, shall we? And just for clarification, I am also playing the PAL version of this because listening to the Genesis version, it sounds a little bit too fast in the music department. So I think this kind of fits better. So without further ado, let's get this started. Basic gist of the plot. You start things off in the future, in 2029, after the events of the nuclear fire, known to many as Judgment Day. Reese, we found the time displacement equipment in the lab complex. You'll need weapons and explosives from munitions to make it over there. Good luck. Okay, I'm on my way. So yeah, we start things off in the future. So anyways, before we get started, we're going to stock up on bombs. And the first thing you come across is a freaking hunter killer. Basic gist of it, you have to pound the thing with as much grenades as you can until it explodes. And the one thing to bear note, do not stand right near the thing, otherwise the thing will crush you and you will die. Basically, all you have to do now is to avoid the dropping bomber until you reach the ladder at the end of this. Or you could just bomb the bomber out of the sky. Pick up your machine gun, take down these humanoid-looking Terminators, or just blow them away with a bomb. Because the thing is, once you get your machine gun, these guys go down way too easily. So the basic gist of this level, you have to get to the reactor and blow it up. One thing to note, no matter where the enemies are on the screen, when you put a bomb near the door, they all disappear. They're destroyed. And I took a wrong turn. Alright, get out of the way. This way? Now, I can't quite remember what model of Terminators these ones are supposed to be. Are they supposed to be the human-skinned T-800 series? Oh, I may have to look that up later. Anyways, we finally reached our destination. Now all you just gotta do now, walk down the stairs, take care of the Terminator there, set a bomb, and just run like hell! be honest with you, you only have 45 seconds just to get out of here. I'll be honest, this is one of my favourite tracks of the game, to be honest. Come on, let's get out of here! And booyah! Level 1 complete. And now it's time to go back to the past, to Los Angeles, 1984. White light, pain, maybe it was like being born. The time travel process had not been pleasant. He felt tired and every inch of his body cried out in agony. Theodore, I've gotta find out where Sarah Connor lives. Her address should be in the phone directory. I'll need to find a weapon to stand a chance against the Terminator. Alright, we're now in Los Angeles, California. Basic gist of this level, you have to find your way to Tech Noir to find Sarah Connor. Best advice I can give is stay on the roof. Towards the second half of the area, stay on the rooftop so you can avoid being attacked by the punks and the cops below. Now there's one thing I should mention. When you take down the punks, they go down in a couple of shots. But when you're tackling the cops, you shoot at them, you immobilize them for a few seconds and they get right back up. Like, what the hell? How does that work? It's surprising. They're pretty resemblant to a massive amount of shotgun shells you can shoot at them. Anyways, make your way up the scaffolding. Let's get down to the other end. Plus a couple of cops and punks who want to stand in your way. When I say down, I say down! Yeah. That was a really good body armor to withstand that amount of shotgun shells. Whew. And there we are, we finally reached Tech Noir. And all you have to do in here, stand in this little alcove, whip out your shotgun, and you can shoot down the Terminator at least 3 times before you can get past to find Sarah Connor. And there we go, level 2 complete. Refuge. Having escaped from the Terminator in Tech Noir, Reese and Sarah seek refuge in a parking lot, but their assailant is closing in. Why me, Reese? Why does it want me? There was a nuclear war a few years from now. People survived, but nobody knew who started it. If it was the machine Sarah. They saw people as a threat and decided on fate in a microsecond. Extermination. But there was one man who taught us to fight. His name was John Connor, your unborn son. The police station. Captured by the police, Reese and Sarah have been put in separate cells. Reese, now a wanted man, must find a way out of the and locate Sarah, who rests in the apparent safety of the station. In its relentless pursuit of Sarah, the Terminator has tracked down its prey and is now raging through the police station like fire. As the police attempt to stop this lethal hunter, Reese overpowers his guard and escapes amidst the confusion. I must find Sarah and escape. Alright, level 3, and we're already halfway through the game. The one downside to this game is, it's really freaking short. There's only like 4 levels in this game. And it only focuses on the future. Then you go through 3 levels of 1984, going through getting away to take the war, escaping the police station, and finally Cyberden Industries. Now, there was also one thing I should mention. To make up for its rather short game, if you die at any point during this game, you are sent all the way back to the beginning. You only have 1 life and no continues. And I'll be honest with you, when I first played this game, I got so damn frustrated. But then again, I can't really think of that many examples off the top of my head that I know of that has you start right at the beginning of the game, you can die as well. Actually, I stand corrected, besides Super Mario Brothers at least. Make your way along the rooftop. I think, to my knowledge, I think there's about 3 types of 3 variations of this particular game. There's this version for the Sega Mega Drive / Genesis. There was also one for the Game Gear, and the most expensive one you can get hold of is one for the Mega CD. Right, make it down the ladder. And now you have to face the Terminator again. However, it's much more difficult this time round because you have cops and punks coming towards you as well as him. Best advice? Fall back and eliminate all others before starting on the Terminator. Once again, he goes down in 3 hits. Out of the way! Now just gonna rendezvous with Sarah Connor, and that's it, level complete. Now for the final level of the game. The final confrontation. After escaping from the police station, Reese and Sarah flee to a hotel where Reese is able to make some crude but effective plastic explosives with which he can fight the Terminator. In a desperate and final attempt, Reese seemingly succeeds in destroying the cyborg assailant in a massive fire. However, rising from the flames, the Hyper-Allied combat chassis emerges as an even more formidable opponent. Now the final battle will take place here, tonight. Reese, what do we do? Quick, Sarah, in here. We've got to destroy it with the plastic. Now the one downside with this... Actually, never mind. To describe this level, it's a maze. And the best advice I can give is best to keep the Terminator in view, because when he goes off screen, he reappears. usually right in front of you. There's also one thing to note, the route is very specific. You get it wrong, and you end up at a dead end. I'll just wait for you to go down, jump across. Lure into the hydraulic press. And a couple more times. And that's that! That's the end of the game. That's what I was about to say. One thing that kind of make it more sense if you would actually play the level as Sarah. With the Terminator destroyed, Sarah started her new life. Reese was dead, but lived on in the form of her unborn son. John Connor would protect the human race as Reese had protected Sarah. Now Sarah had to be stronger than she ever imagined she could be to raise the future leader of mankind. So yeah, that was the Terminator for the Sega Mega Drive / Genesis. A really short game, but playing it for the first time, a pretty damn difficult one. So, with all that said, I am DB, and I will see you guys next time.